Picture this scene. You are standing in the middle of a crowded dinner party. The lights are warm and golden. The sound of crystal glasses clinking against each other mixes with the hum of laughter and animated conversation. You are there, physically. You are smiling. You are nodding. You are engaging in the story being told. To the observer, you are the very picture of success, a stable career, a loving family, a demeanor of quiet confidence. You are the rock, the provider, the one who has it all together. But internally, you feel as though you are drifting at the bottom of a cold, dark ocean. There is an invisible pane of glass separating you from the rest of the world. Your own laughter sounds foreign to your ears, mechanical, as if it were a pre-recorded track played by a machine. You want to scream, but you cannot. You want to stop, but you dare not, because you are the strong one, and the strong are not permitted to collapse. Why do you possess everything the world tells you to desire, yet feel a void where joy should be? Why are you exhausted to the very marrow of your bones? Even after 8 hours of sleep, in the next 12 minutes, we are not going to offer you empty platitudes. We are not going to tell you to think positive. Instead, we are going to dismantle this mask together. We are going to journey into the root cause of this emptiness. And most importantly, we are going to rediscover a true, ancient peace through a wisdom you may have heard, but never truly understood. Welcome to the Radio Quotes. Let us begin. The world calls you high-achieving, but modern psychology has a specific term for your condition: high-functioning depression, or sometimes smiling depression. Here lies the paradox. For most, depression is paralyzing. It keeps you in bed. But for you, your pain does not paralyze you. It propels you. It acts as a high-octane fuel. You use work, productivity, and busyness as an anesthetic. You are terrified of the silence, because you know that in the silence, the demons in your mind, the doubts, the fears, the exhaustion will finally start to speak. Deep down, this is not just a matter of brain chemistry. This is a crisis of identity. We live in a performance-based society. From the time you were a child, you were likely programmed with a subtle, dangerous code. You are only worthy when you are useful. You are only loved when you succeed. This breeds a primal fear of abandonment, a fear of mediocrity. So, you forge a suit of armor, a mask of perfection that weighs 1,000 pounds. And now, standing here today, you do not know how to take it off without letting the whole world crash down around you. Before we turn to the ancient cure, I want to ask you something. If you see your own reflection in these words, pause for a second. Help us bridge this message to others. By liking this video, you tell the algorithm to send this lifeline to another soul who is silently suffering in the dark. Do not let them fight this battle alone. To understand the solution, we must look back, not to a modern textbook, but to an ancient story. A story not of a weak man, but of one of the strongest figures in history, the prophet Elijah. In the first book of Kings, chapter 19, we find Elijah fresh from the greatest victory of his life. He had just stood alone against 450 false prophets on Mount Carmel. He had called down fire from the heavens. He was a hero, a warrior, an invincible force of nature. But immediately following this triumph, a threat was made against his life. And the text tells us something profound. Elijah, the man of fire, broke. The narrative becomes deeply cinematic. He ran into the wilderness, a full day's journey into the barren desert. Exhausted, drained of all will, he collapsed under a solitary broom tree, and he prayed a prayer that perhaps, in your darkest moments, you have whispered too. It is enough now, O Lord, take away my life, for I am no better than my fathers. Feel the weight of that. This is spiritual burnout in its rawest form. Elijah wasn't afraid of dying, he was afraid of living. He was tired of holding up the sky. He felt utterly isolated, despite his public success. And how did the divine respond? Did God lecture him? Did he say, Elijah, where is your faith? Get up and be strong. No. God sent an angel, and the angel touched him gently and said only this, arise and eat. There was a cake baked on hot stones and a jar of water. Elijah ate and drank and lay down again. The divine allowed him to sleep. God tended to his physical body before he even attempted to address his soul. The story of Elijah is your story. You have fought your battles on the Mount Carmel of your office, your business, your family responsibilities. And now, you are sitting under the broom tree of despair, whispering, it is enough. Centuries later, Jesus of Nazareth crystallized the solution to this human condition with the ultimate divine axiom. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28, he offers an invitation that defies the logic of our hustle culture. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Notice the philosophy here. First, biological acceptance. Just as God fed Elijah and let him sleep, you must accept your humanity. You are biological machinery. You have limits. Rest is not laziness. Rest is a spiritual discipline. It is an act of humility to admit you are not a machine. Second, the exchange of the yoke. Jesus continues, take my yoke upon you, for my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. High-functioning depression often stems from carrying a yoke that does not belong to you. The yoke of controlling outcomes, the yoke of pleasing everyone, the yoke of maintaining a perfect image. That is the world's yoke, and it is crushing you. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. You are trying to control things that are not yours to control. The divine synthesis is this: surrender the outcome, do your work, but leave the weight of the world to the one who created it. You were never designed to carry it all. Now, wherever you are, I invite you to unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep breath in. Hold it, and exhale slowly. Visualize that heavy, invisible backpack you have been carrying. The expectations, the fears, the need to be perfect. Imagine taking it off and placing it at the feet of the divine. Repeat this affirmation in your mind. I do not need to save the world today. I am loved in my rest, just as I am in my work. My soul is safe. If you are ready to accept this invitation to rest, confirm it with an action. Write in the comments below, "I accept your rest." Let this be your contract with yourself and with God. Share this video with a strong friend who you know is silently struggling. Be the angel that taps them on the shoulder. May the peace that passes all understanding guard your hearts and your minds. We are the Radio Quotes. Amen.